friends, welcome back to my channel. So today I have a super exciting video for you guys. It is a Throwback Thursday video where I am throwing it back and I'm going to use a full face of products that I cannot remember the last time I used them. Also, this video is extra special because it is a collaboration video. Before we get started, don't forget to upload every Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday, and Sunday for you guys. If you like this video while you're watching it, please go ahead and give it a big thumbs up. It really does help my channel out. And other than that, if you're excited and you want to see how I got this look right here with a bunch of older goodies in my collection, then let's go ahead and get started. Before we get to the actual makeup application, like I just said, this video is in collaboration with one of my good friends on here in Instagram. Her name is Jennifer. Her Instagram and YouTube channel is called Just Glow Firefly. She reached out to me and asked me to collaborate with her, and I instantaneously said yes because she is just such a sweetheart. It is impossible to watch Jennifer's videos or follow her on Instagram or watch her stories or anything like that and be in a bad mood. Her personality is so bubbly. She is just always in a good mood. She's always putting out such positive vibes and positive energy out into the world, and I absolutely love that. She does a lot of these Throwback Thursday videos on her channel where she goes and uses a bunch of older products in her collection and reminds herself her thoughts on this. So when she asked me to do this, I was super excited because there are some products here that I just have not used for a very, very long time. And the best thing about following Jennifer here on YouTube as well as my channel, A, we do a lot of pretty similar content on our channels, but B, she does way more like high-end and luxury sort of beauty brands. So if you're following both of us, you are getting the whole entire realm of makeup. You're gonna go ahead and get drugstore, some mid-tier, and a couple high-end products and brands from me. And then on Jennifer's channel, you're gonna be getting high-end and luxury. I'm talking Tom Ford, Givenchy, Gucci, Chanel, a bunch of brands that you are not going to see here on this channel very often, if at all. And I love watching her videos because luxury makeup is expensive. So it's nice to have a friend to go turn to when you're thinking about forking out some cash and buying something. So it's nice to hear her reviews and her thought process behind all of these products. I will have Jennifer's video linked down below. She is doing the same sort of Throwback Thursday on her channel, as well as her YouTube channel and her Instagram, all linked down below for you guys to check out. I highly, highly recommend you doing so. I do not think you would be disappointed. If you are coming over from Jennifer's channel, hello, my name is Emily. So nice to meet you. Thank you for clicking on my video and checking me out. I hope you like what you see and decide to subscribe and stick around a little bit longer. So thank you again so much to Jennifer for collaborating with me. Definitely go check her out. And now we will get to the makeup application. So my thought process behind picking all of this makeup that I'm going to use here today, when I was shopping through my stash and trying to pick it all out, if I didn't think in my head, I literally do not remember the last time I reached for that product and used it, then I wasn't picking it. Because it's a Throwback Thursday for a reason, and we're throwing it back, honey, to products that I don't remember the last time I used them. So for the eyeshadow palette, if this is not a throwback, I don't know what is. The original Jaclyn Hill palette with Morphe. Okay, I got this summer of 2018. So it's 3 years old. It's 3 years old. It's probably expired, but it's fine. It's all powders, it's eyeshadow. I'm gonna keep rocking it. But I promise you, I don't think I've used this palette in over a year, maybe longer. There's just so many colors. It's so large. I don't really reach for large palettes very much anymore, but it's just massive, and there's just so many options to choose from, which is nice, but also a little overwhelming. So I think I'm going to start off with this color right here. I remember when I picked this palette up, I was so stinking excited to have it, and I used it pretty much non-stop that like summer of 2018 into the fall. And I just loved it so much. And I don't know, I just have fallen off and just don't really reach for it very much anymore. I feel like I'm not the only person who has done that with this palette. This was such a massive, well-known palette back then, and it still is. I mean, it still is today. I work at Ulta. We get it in stock every single week when we get our shipment. It's still a well-selling palette, but I don't know, I just haven't reached for it very much. Okay, next to deepen the crease, I'm just gonna go in with this shade right here. I talked about this in my video I put up a few weeks back that was like old favorites that I never reach for anymore. And I had a few people comment on that video saying that they still use this palette all the time and still love it, which like, I understand. It is a beautiful palette. It does have the most perfect neutral shades that you would ever need for a look. It really is a stunning palette. Just as my collection has grown the last couple of years and I've tried other palettes, other color stories, this one just kind of falls to the wayside. But those two shades are looking really pretty and they are blending together nicely. And the fact that this palette is 3 years old, I don't see the quality going down yet. Okay, next for the outer corner and up into the crease, we're going into this deep dark brown shade. Let me know down below in the comments if you still watch Jaclyn Hill and you still support her. I obviously understand if you don't. I am on the fence. I watch her videos. I still like her. I still find her entertaining. And I do think after seeing how much the whole lipstick thing really affected her life, like if you have watched any of her videos, I mean, obviously she's gonna tell her side of the story. She's gonna make you feel bad for her maybe, but she really, really struggled after the whole lipstick thing. She said she went in like a really deep depression, which is just awful. I wouldn't wish that on anyone. So I'm on the fence. I definitely don't buy everything off her recommendation like I used to. I used to like not even question it and just be like, oh, Jaclyn Hill loves this. Okay, I'm gonna love it too. So I definitely don't do that anymore, which also could have been me growing up and like trying new things and knowing what I personally like over what an influencer likes, if that makes sense. But yeah, I would be really curious to hear if you guys still support her, still watch her videos, all of that. And I have bought some things from Jaclyn Hill Cosmetics that I like, but I bought some things I don't like. Her brightening and setting palette, bomb. Love it so much, but her liquid lipsticks I did not like and I ended up returning. So definitely, I don't know, on the fence about that brand, but I do still watch her videos and I do still find her entertaining. All right, now I'm gonna go on my lid with my NYX Glitter Primer and we're gonna use this shimmer right here to stamp that on top. Okay, that's not really giving me a whole lot. It's not really super intense or anything. So now, we're gonna try this one and see if that brightens it up a little bit, because that just like doesn't really look like it did a whole much. Okay, that brightened it up a little bit. I definitely think that this palette and this shimmer formula was way more popular a couple years ago when this released. I think this released in like, what, 2017 or something? I definitely was late to the game picking it up. So this was, I feel like, more the type of shimmers people enjoyed back then, and now we want more like poppy, punchy, ABH, Natasha Denona, super intense foiled, you know, shimmers, and that just doesn't give it to me, which is fine. It's not the end of the world. This is the eye. I'm gonna keep it here. It's very simple, plain, basic, boring. But this is a simple, plain, basic, boring palette, so I couldn't have gone too crazy with it. But I'm gonna go do the other eye and maybe add a wing liner. I don't know, I haven't decided, but you shall see in 1 second. Alrighty, so I did go ahead and add a wing liner. I used my Benefit Roller Liner in the brown shade. Then for a primer, I'm using the Smashbox, the original Photo Finish Smooth and Blur Primer. It's been so long since I've used this. This is definitely a throwback. I have gone through 2 or 3 minis of this and then 1 full size, and I'm like about halfway gone with this full size. It really is a super, I got way too much, wow, okay. But it really is like a super smoothing sort of primer on your face. Like it really does just perfect your face. It's kind of crazy. I don't know if you guys can, like I can 1,000,000% see a difference in my skin. I don't know if you guys can here between like the pores, and this just kind of smooths it all over and just really smooths and blurs like it says. This is a good primer. I know it's older. I know Smashbox isn't really one of the, I mean, it's still a top brand, but it's definitely not as, I don't know, hyped up as it necessarily used to be. But this is a good primer. Like, do you see just how like flawless and just smooth my skin looks? I don't know. It's crazy. It's crazy. But next up for foundation, I'm going to use my YSL All Hours foundation. I kind of pulled some inspiration from Jennifer and used my like more luxury sort of foundation, because on her channel she is like all luxury beauty. But also I just haven't used this in a really long time. But this is the shade BR10. Cool Porcelain, and it's a little light for me. So I am going to mix in a little bit of my Purito Cica Clearing BB Cream in the shade number 23 Natural Beige. I love this to mix into foundations that are too light for me. It just gives the right shade and also a little bit of like glow, and it's a really beautiful product. But the YSL foundation on its own is stunning. All Hours is a perfect name for it. It really does just last all day long. And it doesn't have the most coverage ever, but it definitely has enough coverage that covers anything that I need it to. It does have a little bit of a scent, so I wanna, you know, forewarn you if you are sensitive to scents. It has like a cool, fresh, almost cucumbery scent, which I hate the smell of cucumber, but for some reason this doesn't really bother me. It is so like light and fresh, but it is there, so I wanted to let you guys know. But look how beautiful it looks with just 1 layer on my skin. It covers what I need it to. It has a tiny bit of glow, which could be coming from the Purito, but I know this is a pricey foundation, and I want to be fully transparent. I did not pay money for this. I got it sent to me in PR through Octoly, but when this one is gone, I can definitely see myself repurchasing it. The main reason I haven't been reaching for it lately is the shade, because I self-tan throughout the summer, so it was always a little bit light for me these past couple of months, but I can definitely see myself reaching for this. So much coming up now that it matches me a little bit better, and it's a stunning foundation. Then for concealer, I have another goodie that I talked about in the old favorites that I never reach for anymore video, and it is the Huda Beauty, the Overachiever Concealer. I have the shade Marshmallow. I also have Meringue, but I think that would be a little bit too dark for me. So this has one of those metal tip applicators. This one and the Haley's Beauty Rewind Concealer both have this kind of tip. I don't love it. So I just squeeze it out onto the back of my hand and work from there. I just get a little bit on my finger. I'm gonna put a little bit down here to brighten up. I didn't need the coverage down there, and I definitely put too much on. But I just wanted to brighten it up. This concealer is a little bit thick, I'm not gonna lie. It is definitely thick, but it's super, super full coverage. If you are in the need for a very full coverage concealer that's going to cover a ton, like look at that. This will do it for you. It does have that Huda scent. It does have like the perfumey scent, but it doesn't linger or anything that I've noticed. And it blends in so nicely without being too drying. It can be a tiny bit if I'm not careful, but this really is a good concealer. I'm like kind of remembering why I like all these products that I like haven't reached for in a while. I'm like, I've been making some mistakes not reaching for these. Like, look, that just blended in so nicely. It covers up all my bags, everything I needed to cover. It's a good one. Okay, for a setting powder. I know I keep saying, these are products I haven't reached for a really long time. That's the whole point of this video, Throwback Thursday, right? But this powder, I truly cannot remember the last time I used it. Kind of like the Jaclyn Hill palette. I think it has been definitely over a year, maybe even longer. And that is the Coty Airspun. Do you guys remember this powder? This used to be super hyped up. Everyone used to love it. And same with myself. This is a massive compact, and I went through one whole one of these and repurchased it. However, this one is in the naturally neutral, and I feel like the other one I had wasn't this one because I liked that one more. So I went through the whole thing, used it up, rebought it, and then I got this one, and I didn't like it as much, but I don't know the other one I had. I thought they were all the same. I didn't know they had different ones until I bought this one and was like, oh, this isn't the same. So it has been, oh my gosh, a hot second since I've used this powder. The scent to this thing, if you've ever used Coty Airspun, you know exactly what I'm talking about. It smells like an old lady perfume. It just does not smell good. But I do remember liking this. Everyone used to hype it up. Tati used to hype it up. So we're gonna see my thoughts, because I honestly don't remember what I think of this powder. It's been that long since I tried it. Okay, that looks really good on my under eyes. That looks really, really good on my under eyes. I just really wish that they would make an unscented version. Oh gosh, it's so strong. It's so strong. My face looks flawless. It looks flawless right now. Between that smoothing primer, the All Hours foundation that is already just stunning, that full coverage concealer, and this powder, pore wear. Who has pores? I don't have pores. Do you have pores? Because if you use this combination, you're not going to have any. Oh my gosh, my skin looks stunning right now. It looks flawless and smooth, and like, I need to reach for these products more often. Next up for bronzer, I chose my Fenty Beauty Sun Stalker bronzer in the shade Into Sun. This is her powder bronzer. I just really never reach for this anymore because it's so light. I don't remember the last time I used it, but I do remember having to really just build it up, which I don't hate, but I just would rather not have to do that. You know what I mean? Although, that's looking really beautiful. I have paint on this, so I definitely do love it, but it's been a long time since I reached for this. Okay, this isn't taking as much building as I thought it did. I'm not having to build it up on my cheeks for like 5 hours like I was remembering. Definitely was remembering incorrectly. This is beautiful. Why did I ever stop using this? This is a beautiful bronzer. Whoa. If you have fair skin like me, this will be a stunning tone on you. Ooh, look at my pan now. It definitely got bigger. I love to see that. Yeah, this is stunning. I need to reach for this. This is beautiful. For highlight, sticking with the Jaclyn Hill theme, I'm going to go in with my Jaclyn Cosmetics The Flash palette. So this specific palette is not available anymore. However, she made all of these highlights into singles, I believe. So you can definitely pick up most of them now. So it looks like we have Gleam, Iced, Sparks, and then Mesmerize. I don't know if she specifically has like all 4 of these in singles, but I know for sure she has Iced. What I'm gonna do, I think I'm just gonna mix together all 3 of these and just make my own kind of like goldy sort of highlight. And these are not for the faint of heart. Like if you want a blinding highlight, yeah, these are gonna be your highlight. They just go on so smooth and really sink into the skin. I really love this palette. It's kind of like the Pixie palette that I gave away in my recent declutter. I just never really think to reach for highlighter palettes. But yeah, that is stunning on the cheeks. I need to reach for this way more often. That's beautiful. Then for blush, another palette that I just never think to reach for. And this is the All Cosmetics Colorette Blush Trio. This is in their medium to tan one. So they repackaged these and I'm not sure if they made new shades or not, but this is the old one. I don't know if the new medium has the same shades, but I will link it down below for you. But I think I'm just gonna go in, I think I'm gonna mix together these 2. I absolutely love these blushes. I just haven't reached for it in a while. I definitely have been taken over by my Pat McGrath and my Essence blush, and then even my M Cosmetics blushes. Like they have become like my favorite, my go-tos, but this used to be my favorite, my go-to. Like, look at that. Oh, that is so pretty. That is beautiful. These blushes are so smooth and they go on so lovely on the skin. They're not too pigmented right off the bat. You have to build them a little bit, but I like that. They never get patchy or anything like that. They don't fade throughout the day. I highly, highly recommend. I used to have the light trio as well, and I hit pan in the middle blush. I loved it so much, but I ended up decluttering it because I just was never reaching for it anymore. I am loving my makeup today. I'm so impressed with all these products that I never reach for. I don't know what I'm doing. I don't know why I do this to myself. I look pretty. I love this makeup. Okay, we're not done yet though. Next for brows, I'm gonna go in with my Urban Decay Brow Blade. I don't know, I just never reached for this, not gonna lie. I can't remember the last time I did. I'm gonna go with the ink pen side first and just kind of draw on some hair-like strokes. And then for brow gel, I'm going in with an oldie but a goodie. Who remembers the beginning of my channel when I was absolutely obsessed with this brow gel? It is the Ilia, the Essential Brow Gel, their natural volumizing brow gel in the shade medium brown. In the beginning of my channel a year ago, I was obsessed with this brow gel. I used it all the time and I just haven't used it for a really long time. I just have gotten some new ones in, you know, my collection recently that I've been using. But comment down below if you were here in the beginning of my channel and you remember my obsession with this, because if you do, you're an OG. This just makes my brows look so fluffy. I love it. Look at those fluffy brows. Ooh, I'm into it. Then for mascara, I don't know. This was kind of hard. I definitely just don't have a ton of mascaras open right now. So I'm going to go ahead and go off camera and use my Marc Jacobs At Lash mascara. I use this all the time, but I don't have a ton open. So be right back. Okay, I applied my mascara. I also finished up my eyes. All I did was ran these 2 lighter brown shades we started off with under the lower lash line, and then used this shade right here as my inner corner highlight. And I went ahead and lined my lips with the Morphe Sweet Tea lip liner because all of my lip liners are honestly pretty new to me. I just recently got into lip liner. So for lipstick, I have my Colourpop What's Your Sign lipstick. This is unfortunately not available anymore. This was a collaboration with Kathleen Lights. It's a beautiful, just like brownie nude shade. However, the shade Appy by them is very similar. They're essentially dupes for each other, and Appy is still available, so I will have that shade linked down below for you in the description box. But I just love how like nudie and brown this is, and it's creamy and it's comfortable. Such a good lipstick. And last but not least, we are going in with my Morphe Continuous Setting Mist Setting Spray. I've been through a million of these, but I just never reach for it anymore. I don't know why. It is a beautiful setting spray. It makes your makeup just kind of all melt together. Not that I think this makeup needs melting together. I think it melted together looks beautiful, but this is just gonna like amp it up and make it look even more beautiful. It will not extend the wear. It's not that kind of setting spray, but it is stunning. So I'm gonna spray this on me. It just gives your skin like a really beautiful glow and sheen. I only sprayed a little tiny bit because if you spray a lot, like this setting spray will make you dewy. So it just kind of depends on what look you're going for. And that was you guys, that was my Throwback Thursday makeup look with a whole bunch of goodies that I just have not reached for in, I literally cannot remember how long. All of these products, I cannot remember the last time I reached for them, but I love how my makeup looks today. It looks beautiful. Like, I am honestly taken aback by how well these products worked today. I definitely need to reach for these more often. There's some hidden gems in my collection that are stunning. What do you guys think? This is the final look. I think it turned out just, I am blown away by this makeup look, but that was it, you guys. Thank you so much again to Jennifer for collaborating with me on today's video. Like I said in the intro, I will have all of her information linked down below. Definitely go check her out. That's what I'm going to be doing right now, watching her Throwback Thursday of all the luxury gems that she decided to use today. If you made it to the end of this video, thank you so much. You're awesome. I love you. Please subscribe if you have not yet, and I hope to see you in my next video. Bye, guys.